Relocation in any case is hard. You're going to have to rewire wherever you go. You're going to have to put in new offices, and you're going to have to now be relocated where you be accessible to your customers and stuff like that. It will be easy to do your distribution. What is ideal about here, it has the two major highway systems almost coming together, and because we have shops both in St. Catherine and Kingston, we are right in the middle, so we can distribute easily. It is a secure location. After many years, it is now a fairly well secured situation. For me as a distributor, it's not as difficult as for these gentlemen who are manufacturers. They are the ones who are going to be much harder for.
We have been here now for 17 years, going on to 18. We started here in January 2002. In terms of moving from here to go elsewhere, we would have to face the challenge of finding suitable location in terms of being able to get goods from the port and then to finally produce them and transport them to our customers. The whole thing of setting up new operations again. Then there is the whole thing of how long this will take, and the gap between moving and setting up will affect the business in itself, because customers perhaps would have moved on by the time we finish setting up and start new operations again. Our employees at the moment are principally from this area. So should we go elsewhere, further away from here, will our workers be able to make the transition from here to there easily? Or will we have to find new workers where we are going, retraining and that kind of a thing? So the cost of relocating and the other attendant costs will be prohibitive. We have been looking in Kingston, we have been looking in adjoining areas such as Twickenham Park, we have looked as far as Linstead and even as close to Old Harbour, but we have not been able to find suitable location.
What is the mattress manufacturing sector like? Is business booming?
For mattress manufacturers, almost all our raw materials are imported, and the continued devaluation of the Jamaican dollar is of such that we can't predict what our costs will be, nor can we impose these increased costs to our consumers, principally because of what is happening in relationship to the mattress importation from China. So people in the mattress manufacturing sector, we have to be holding on to our costs, for if we do not, we'll be totally swamped by the mattresses being imported from China.
The Prime Minister touting that the macroeconomy is strong. We're not really feeling the effects of that.
No, we are not feeling the effect of that. And this notion that concentrating on devaluation is of no moment. We should be concentrating on inflation. Devaluation drives inflation. And really what happened, why perhaps you don't see a greater spike in the inflation rate, is because manufacturers are holding on to their prices because they fear should they pass on cost increases to their consumers, they are going to lose market share.
We do specialized chemicals and lubricants for industrial maintenance, and then on the other side we have a alkaline drinking water business. We have been here for 23 years, and the water business started in 2010. The big issue for us is that the water operation uses specialized equipment, large tanks of storage, equipment that are set up, piped and organized, mainly designed around what the infrastructure there is. Some of the equipment, like the piping, the valves and so on, we can't just take them up and go and install them. We might have to get new ones. So to find another location, we've got to go with the possibility that, because it's easier to transfer maybe the chemical operation, we could probably continue with that a little easier we might have to close on the water side because it's very competitive. Everybody knows what the bottled water business, and the dynamics and the cost structure will be challenging to actually bring that back up in an effective way. So we are in a good area, and we have some room for transporters to come in, maneuver, and so on. What you'll find is some places may have to do quick loading on a side street. All those little things, it's not easy to even know where to go to get a good replacement. Now, push come to shove, you have to do the best you can. But right now, it is really an onerous task to consider what do we do if we really have to move.
I came in here in 2012. It was quite a challenge to move all my machinery to occupy this space. It happens that this is a very ideal location for me based on logistics, because I import stuff and I export stuff and I can get it done faster from here. 90% of my customers are in about a 40 degree radius from Kingston. And this location, I can get in and out of here very, very quickly. And my customers who are far in the country have easy access to me. I have a distributor in Maypen. It takes them less than half an hour to come to me. Being a manufacturing company where I do cooking, I use steam. And I have a lot of effluent because I have to wash my vessels. Location is very important based on meeting all the requirements for effluent disposal, emissions. So I can't put my plant anywhere. It has to be in an area where my emissions doesn't affect anybody. As it is right now, since I came in 2012, all of those situations have been addressed at this location. Built a waste treatment facility approved and monitored by NEPA. I had to make exhaust extractor fans and exhaust for my emissions so it doesn't affect my neighbors. What I do right now, despite the fact that I have a boiler with stack, I don't think my neighbor ever see my smoke because it has been harnessed to meet regulations. When I took this business, I had to make it into a factory that is going to meet all of those requirements. I've had to cut drains in the floors, I've had to cut drains on the outside to take the effluent, not in the river, but to a treatment facility which I built. And I had to build it based on NEPA's regulation to satisfy them that I'm treating it correctly. All of that being in place now, to move away from it after I have spent literally the whole 12 years getting it correct would be a disaster in terms of cost. I would have to walk away and leave everything that I did here because none of them are transferable. Doing all of this over is like the only thing I wouldn't be doing is building my own building.
Small businesses as one of the drivers of the economy. You can't be doing so when you're going to be displacing small manufacturers. The government is saying that it wants to create greater numbers of employment. Sure, this person, this entity that it might have committed itself to, or is thinking of giving to, they may say to you that they are going to create X amount of employment. What? You're going to create employment by dislocation? You have to dislocate a number of persons in order to create some employment. No, why can't go together? Why can't you maintain the level of employment that is here now? And this person can go to virgin territory and create this more employment. So you don't create employment by subtracting employment. You don't do that. You can have both. You can maintain what you currently have, and you can create more. So we are saying to the government, think of Richard, who has been here for 44 years. He has put in a bid. Honor that bid if you have not yet made that decision. But if you have made a decision that you are going to give it to somebody else, reverse it.
Moving will just be very complicated, and it would put you in a situation where you probably look and say, why bother,